And we're live.
Okay, we are live. All right. Nerd Z, is you ready?
I'm ready.
Del Pesh, is you ready?
You gotta be ready. So when you're ready, you don't have to be ready. I messed up the saying. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Oh no, we'll get it back. In a world where a simple smartphone and social media can change the news's narrative and show the truth of a situation,
Mm.
but when it comes to black people, the narratives don't really change. Um, this is the vent. I'm your host, Jay Perneville. I could say it didn't really change, didn't really make that much of an impact. Um,
Sadly, yeah, sadly,
yeah,
I'll say.
I think it's safe to say that. Um, we got the Nerd Z in the building.
Hey.
We got Del Pesh in the building.
AKA Del Najero. AKA I bring the crowd with me everywhere I go. AKA Captain Corners in the house.
Wow,
Representing,
that threw me off. That threw me off
representing,
completely.
representing GTA City. No Rockstar. How you guys doing?
Don't kill me.
Mm.
Um, uh-oh, don't tell me.
Oh, you good? Oh, I think it's like I'm in a Twitter space where someone's just
Wow.
talking and then it's going and I can't hear
It just
anything.
freezes.
And then
That's
I thought I
crazy.
died or it's like I thought I died or something, and then they just come
Mine
back and I was
froze
like, oh,
too.
it must be the Super Bowl energy sucking down the juices of the
That could
internet
be it.
because
Mm.
all the people are streaming it. Allegedly, they're streaming it. You
Mm.
know.
You're done. You guys are done. Super Bowl energy.
I'm still frozen.
You wouldn't even. You shouldn't even be talking about juices like that. But anyway,
Wait, what?
um,
Oh,
no, we're gonna let that pass. How are you guys doing? You guys made it home?
Yeah.
I am.
Why wouldn't I?
I mean, what kind of what kind of home are you talking about? Like,
I don't know
Right?
because there is a great big convoy blocking everything down. You know what I mean? It's a
Supposedly
convoy.
blocking everything down.
Exactly. Supposedly. Um. Uh. I mean, we usually have a COVID update, but I mean, this is like, what do you call it? Like not like a not a sequel, but like a standalone, I guess, or like the when the one character decides to have their own like
their own side story.
side story,
So
but
this
it's
is like
still
this is like the Han
this is the
Solo
COVID
movie,
verse, right now. The
the
COVID
COVID
verse,
verse. Okay.
right? In the COVID verse, um, we have the trucker convoy still what's it called going on. Um, we got okay. So first off, truckers are still out in Ottawa. They,
Protesting.
yes, they're still in
They're still
Windsor.
they're still in there.
The troops. They're trying to get the troops. They're trying to get the army.
When you
Um,
say they, who's they?
the government. I would say the government.
Is trying to get troops into
The, guy-
Windsor,
the
Ottawa.
no Ottawa. I don't know about Windsor yet, but I know Ottawa. They're trying to get them out of here. They're trying to run them. They're trying to run them out of here. They tried their government contract um tow trucks, and they said no because you're messing up our dollars too.
Ah, okay.
They said, yeah, you're messing up our dollars. Why am I gonna help you as you're helping mess up my dollars? You know what I mean?
Mm. Mm.
Wait, first thing, let's just make this clear. I think I should do this every time before the podcast starts. We and the Vent is an opinionated, alleged podcast. Therefore, um, everything that we say here is alleged. Um, and before we hit famous and then someone hates us and the media starts attacking or trying to give us a bad name for things we probably said that we don't even remember what we said, we here at the Vent apologize for anything we have said that may have triggered or offend some people.
As
the
well
thing,
as
like-
misinformed.
Misinformed.
You could be saying something and it'd be like, I said that? Like what? Sometimes I don't even remember what breakfast I had the other
Yeah,
day.
like we haven't grown or something or matured into
See, and that's
different human beings.
this is my question to everyone. Do people want to see each other grow? Say you said something back in the day, right? But 5 years down the line, you're doing something else. You're not really that person 5 years before, unless you're continuing to do the things you were doing 5 years before. So when you go back in time and be like, "Hey, you said this," it's like, well, yeah, it's messed up. They said that, but like, are they doing that like now? I thought
And do they
I thought they call it the present. You know, I thought the present time mattered the most.
We can't say that anymore. No, that's not true. The past still matters.
The
It's
past does still matter. It does matter. But I mean, if your present beliefs and values are the same as your past, then by all means you can say what you want to say, to do whatever. But if it's changed, then I think we should be compassionate. You know, we should give people grace.
But I think for some people, there's like, how do we know it's changed? And that's the problem too. How do we know it's changed? And the way I see it, we all read Green Eggs and Ham, and we learned how it ends. People experience things in life and learn and grow and whatever. I mean, you can still, I don't know. It's an interesting thing. But back to the convoy, because this is the present, and it was affected by the past. That's why it's present, and it probably will affect the future of protesting in Canada. But I would say, people rally up the troops. They pull up jerry cans. They said, we can't get gas. All right, let's go get some gas. You know what I mean? They try to say, oh, they're stealing from the homeless. Yeah. Incorrect. What else did they say? What else they said? Oh, they're causing outrages. This is the first protest you've seen the protesters clean up after they made a mess.
They wiped down a whole statue. I seen this. And they did.
And you've seen some mans with bad vibes, and the protesters say, no, you are troubling the cause. Get the hell out of here.
Vamos.
Espionage.
Go away.
Go. Get out of here. You are killing the vibe of this is not what we wanted. Right? So now, we are at a place where the government finally said, you know what, we're thinking about getting some army man them in there to deal with the situation. We're at a place where the truckers are still there, and I feel like they're hitting people's pockets hard. I heard they're losing around 40 million a day. I heard this is what I was told, but this is all alleged. A lot of things are making a dent. As you guys notice, gas prices are going up. We don't know why.
People look at it and they're just like, I don't want even to look at the.
It's pretty intense within this past span of a month.
I don't even want to look at the price anymore.
Yeah. So I had family, for example. Example of gas being crazy. So I have family in Manitoba and in Quebec. And in Manitoba, from January, they said that the gas was $1.19, ranging from 10 to 19. It's now $1.49 in a month and a half. In Montreal, it's $1.70. Guys.
Right now, what did I get gas for? 158?
Yeah.
Listen, it made you question. Sometimes it made you question what you're gonna do. Is like, do you really want to go and do your plans today?
Like,
it makes you question. Yeah.
Like, $20 gas ain't working for nobody anymore. The man's good $20 gas, you were blessed. Sometimes you put a 50 and you're like, God, take me. I can go to Jerusalem with this gas.
Wow.
Now you see that 50 and it hits half tank or whatever. You're like,
You're stopping in Italy somewhere. Can't even go to Jerusalem anymore.
you're
You're
stopping. You're in
you're
the GTA. You are stopping in Malton. Better yet, Etobicoke. Better
No, that's
yet,
super. Because of the
Dufford
Etobicoke.
Mall. Dufford Mall. Like your pump
Facts.
at
Dufford
Dufford Eglinton. Dufford Mall, you're like, yo, did they even really? Yo, I should just take bus.
Facts.
That's how
wild.
bad gas prices are going. I do believe the protest is making an impact and they're hitting their dollars. They're hitting their dollars. That's where like they gotta do something about this. One thing I could say that is weird is since we've been watching this protest happen, we've seen the news say something and social media counter it. Like we've seen, they say 2/3 of Canadians support military force to end Ottawa protests.
Do they? 2/3? I don't know about that.
I don't believe that in no such way. They say, oh, what's it called? It's violent over there. And then you're seeing cameras, people are dancing to Bob Marley, having a jolly old time. Okay. It looked like a 420 day, the way they had Bob Marley just going. Don't worry about a thing. Every little thing is gonna be all right.
Be all right.
All up in that place. Okay. You ever seen people skanking that you didn't think they would skank? You ever seen that before?
No,
I don't even
that
think
is not.
it's not a skank anymore. It's a skip.
It's a.
Skipping. Having a jolly old time to some Bob Marley, okay?
I'm a rolling.
Skank, not the woman you saw on the street last week, but an actual rhythmic dance. Where you just, you're vibing,
I've seen video of I forgot who she was. She was talking on the intercom, like supporting the protesters or whatever. And the man said, "You're a liar." The man had his own intercom. "You're a liar. You're only here for political gain. Get out of here. Get out. Bo. Bo." And it's like, and then it's like, that may be true.
That may be
The harsh reality, that may be true. Who do you really trust? And I feel like that's the thing. It's like one guy saying one thing, social media is saying other thing. And the power of social media, like even the whole thing right now with, what did they say? What did they say? They said that there was that Canada, what was allegedly CP24 posted that they could probably take away your kids if you did not take the vaccine.
I heard about that. Yeah, I heard about that.
We don't even know if that's probably not true. You know what I mean? But at the same time,
that's
it
like
was
a throwaway. Like,
yeah, it's like they threw it, and sometimes it's like sometimes I feel like people throw that in the mix for people to watch your stuff. You know what I mean? They might say something wild, like Jerry Springer. Like, Jerry Springer, they would go in the conversation, and then the guy would say something like, "Oh, that's his sister." It's like, whoa, I'm gonna look at this just because of the headline.
Because it had the clickbait. They call it clickbait.
Yeah, like, and they're probably, what? And the problem is with commercial, I guess, broadcasting places, I think they're trying to get into the clickbait tin. They've been in the clickbait tin. If you think about it, they've been baiting the hell out of clicking and baiting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
I'm actually shocked they're not following their own rule and regulation of accurate broadcasting and journalism.
I mean, that doesn't exist in 2022, apparently.
There's a whole law that was created.
Yeah, but they found a way around. Trust me, they'll find a way around anything nowadays. Anything could be found a way around. Okay, like this, I feel like this world is going nuts, like legit nuts, to the point that it is like you can't like
You're saying it like nuts. I don't know.
like
how much
crazy,
emphasis-
crazy to the point like the things that I'm seeing, it just doesn't make any sense.
It's this whole week of like, okay, not to sidetrack a little far, but like besides like the truck thing happening too, it's like this week alone, like it's just too many things. It's too much information to process this week. It's
Way
just,
too many things.
it's just way too much. There are times where I'm just you like you look at your Instagram and just be like, you know what? I'm not gonna Instagram for today. It's only
Listen,
since last week.
if you only know, like I'm cutting back off like social media as a whole. But there's certain times that all I would do, like I would go on the news, like I'll be watching the news here and there because I've been home and stuff. So I
Mhm.
look and I see the news say a headline. By the time I decide to go check my phone, I look because I have there's a Reddit page I read from or get information from as well.
Oh, you're
So
deep in the threads there. Okay.
I'm not like the threads, but like enough to know something. So I'll
Okay.
see what they say there. I go on my phone. Sometimes, you know how you open Instagram and it automatically refreshes?
Yeah.
Boom. Something right there to counteract what the news just said.
I'm noticing a lot of like, okay, we'll go piggybacking off what we said. Something would be posted on Twitter lately, and immediately there's like, no, that's not what happened. Fact checker. I'm seeing that word a lot. Fact checker. Every
I
minute
feel like
something
it's
gets posted,
needed though.
they're like, oh, that's not what this person said. That video was edited. I was like, video edited? What do you mean it was edited?
No, and that's the thing. You have to nowadays, like we need a pure, true fact checking, and it has to be Jesus, because like
Okay.
when it comes to like
Or kids. Mhm.
like I don't even know
Could they tell the truth? Yeah.
hey,
say that.
sure, but like fact checking is even that like you'll say, oh yeah, fact checking. You remember when the news, like, man, I can't even think. My brain's all over the place.
It's just
I'll just
You
say
know what I
this.
feel like? I feel like this is a media war that's happening right now. Social media versus traditional media. Because it's like that whole concept, as we said, clickbaiting has now become like who can keep the viewers' eyes longer. And it's like, okay, if we say this, we'll definitely have our readers and this and that, and people won't be so persuaded by like what social media is saying and all these other stuff. So I feel like that's probably what we're currently going through, a whole media war, where it's like, this is our angle, this is our angle, these are the narratives that we're spitting. Let's see which one shakes people more. You know?
like
The
45
battle of
sold
the
a lot of
narrative.
papers. Like 45 sold a lot of. The time he was in for 4 years, every day something was happening. Every day. Like,
And that's the thing. Like, I know like social media was there's clickbaity thing, but social media could be extreme when it comes to clickbait. That's why when some people come to me with social media, I'm like, hey, fact check. Because like I just want to make sure like there's some type of accuracy or something that makes sense.
That's what makes sense.
And then go to the news now. They'll have some information, but they don't say the whole information too. They'll run with agenda, and then it's like the problem is a lot of people are like, as much as people think they're like, you know what's the thing I noticed? Like when people think they're activists, what if you're just a part of an agenda?
You don't
What
know.
What if you don't even know? Like, what if they're telling you everything that's like, you go on Google, you can find something that says coffee is good, and you can find something else that says coffee is bad. Now you just have to find which one is the loudest.
Which one is the loudest?
And then that's what people go by.
And who's the author?
And who's the author?
And that's the hardest part.
Like the convoy thing, first it was like they're heading to there, and all of a sudden they're like, yeah, they're supremacists. I was like, where did that come from? Like I said, I'm not down there. I don't know. Like I can't see with my own 3 eyes if it's accurate, right? But then they hit with that, like, oh, they're supremacists. Then you see footage of them Remember we were talking earlier, tagging the thing, but then now there's footage of them cleaning it up, and then they're telling the people that are holding those flags, "Nah, we're not here for this." So then now it's like, okay, it's like it's a very back and forth thing right now.
And that's
They're
the
saying
problem.
they're saying we're gonna find people. Who got fined? I don't know. They're saying
Who got lost in the first place?
who got lost. Like,
Oh,
Right.
fine people. Yes, fine as in charge
yeah,
them. But yeah,
it's like
they're not.
you see the OPP, RCMP pull up, and they're posing, but they're not really like, you know.
But that's the thing. The problem with like these type of things, like for example, I like when there was a trucker convoy, I seen a clip where like the news reporter that was there did not show like the whole community of people that were supporting the convoy. They only showed a little section,
Like a piece, yeah.
just a little section, and then the guy on the smartphone was like, "Hey, hi guys, this is what he's doing." They're recording here, and that news reporter over there, that person with the mic and the coffee in his hand said this, da 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 da, but they're not recording all this over here,
Mm.
and it looks
And then,
wild.
and then you have your cell phone plan, your Wi-Fi's on. All of a sudden, you record that, send.
Press send.
Yes,
Because
the whole world knows.
how the TV thing works, like before, like the news reporter will have themselves, the camera, maybe two camera operators, and then the truck will be nearby that picks up like the signal.
Yeah,
So they record their stuff, and then if they have to do edits and feedback,
it's quick and seamless.
Mhm. But the person with the smartphone faster. So by the time you're like, oh, this is Del Peach and I'm out. News 24. All right, cut. And I start talking to people. Someone already sent the footage. Another person sent the footage. Another person sent the footage. So by the time they replay it at what, like at 6 o'clock news, 5 o'clock news, you're late. You're late, right? So
But then on top of it, you have to answer all the other previous videos of what you
yeah,
said
of what
that
you
are
said,
challenging you.
Right. And it's just interesting to watch. It's interesting to watch. And then for me, I just get tired because now, you know, I've heard this whole concept of like, if they can't get you for, if they can't get the source, they'll get the people that support the source. You know what I mean? So if they can't say it, like if they can't go after the person that does the science or whatever, like they can't go after the doctors, they'll go after the people that were already vaccinated. You're the problem. Or like or unvaccinated. You're the problem. So it's kind of just, I don't know. I guess, like I said, in everything that's going on in this world, time will always tell. It's just interesting watching the battle between, the news reports,
I'm not even
social
saying
media.
like social media news reports, like or good side, bad side. Like who's the good side, who's the bad side? Like it's not really clear who's
Well, the
good
side
or
that's not giving the accurate statements is clearly the bad side.
like. But who
Says
is
who
that though?
though?
That's what
Who
I'm
is that?
saying.
Says who? Who says the accurate statement? What's the
I
accurate
mean,
statement?
if you have to literally, as a news reporter, position yourself to make a story instead of just tell what is actually happening, that seems inaccurate to me. Like,
But the way I see it in the world, in the word,
but
in
it
the
sells
word.
papers. It
But
sells
that's the thing.
advertisement.
Why does the truth doesn't matter when the lie is more entertaining?
and you know what? My mother did tell me this. And it's such a problem. It is a huge problem. And this is why Canada is in the state that it's in.
I'm not even gonna say Canada, the world. The world.
Worldwide, yeah.
You can't even say the world because, like, first off, one, we have not been around the world. That's one. Two, the media that we receive in Canada is also a version of what Canadians want us to see. The States are living their life right now. Hey, even Quebec is living their life because they got their stuff lifted.
So that's
Right? I had to ask my sibling who lives there, what's happening. That's the only way. If I go to Africa, Africa's lifted right now. China's lifted right now. Places in Europe are lifted. Where's the like?
You know what you got to keep in mind though? You got to keep in mind that pride is the devil, because it's hard, like sometimes it's hard for people to say that they're wrong. Like even if there's, I don't know if they're wrong, one time will tell, but it's hard. You know, some people, they stand as like, I believe this and I'm gonna stand by it. And they're not gonna move, they're not gonna shake, they're not gonna waver. The place is gonna burn up and they're not gonna waver. They're not gonna say, hey, I made a bad step here. Because that same humility can be used as a weapon, right? So it's very shaky. It's very shaky. Like me outside watching is just like, if this is being pushed the whole time, like I don't know how to go about it anymore. I'm just trying to survive. If there's any protest I'd be involved with, it'd be lowering gas prices. Where's that protest? I'll walk there because of the situation.
I'm rolling. There'd be more things that we'd have to protest, but one thing for sure, just the economic stature altogether. Like that's the big part.
But I think this protest so far has shook rooms. I can say that it shook rooms to the point that I feel like they're gonna make some laws. They're gonna go to the drawing board. You see how quick they gave people that serve money? They're gonna go as quick to find like a way to like cut this out. I swear they did this with the teachers. When the teachers did that one protest, and they said, okay, I swear teachers can't protest or something like that. How did they do it? I forgot. Something along those lines, based off what I remember.
There's so many things that they can fight for or lobby for in a year. In a
Right.
certain something.
So that part is just, it is chaos for me to watch. Like entertaining, but at the same time, it's like it makes you realize like, okay, and the ball's in their court regardless.
But the question is, how much is this impacting your everyday living?
Not yet. Not that I know yet. For me, not that I know yet, because I haven't seen. Apparently, there's empty shelves in certain places. Apparently, the gas is going high. I don't know if that's the reason. I feel like it is affecting.
It is, because I mean, if a lot of the trucks are not able to move because of fuel transportation, then that means supply and demand, all that other good stuff.
Right. Also, I would think that it's affecting, obviously, whatever they manufacture in Canada. You know, warehouses, stuff like that need certain things. I feel like, yeah, it might affect car dealerships. Like I heard Toyota allegedly is getting affected and all those other places. Really? I think, you know what I think?
Well, sorry, my mic was off. I was saying, back to the teachers thing, they had to sign something where they could not protest anymore, which is messed up if you think about it. They say, yo, if this is your last time protesting, sign this. Right? And then COVID, COVID really happened right after. So they have messed up work conditions and they can't protest that. They're like, hey, we don't have supplies, we don't have nothing, and they can't protest because the union signed it not be in the protest. So
right.
I don't know. I just feel like so many things. Canada's just trying to figure themselves out. They're trying to be like Europe, but they really adopting like USA's like ways of living. Like it's madness.
I'm not too sure that much about it. It's more just, for me, it's outside looking in. I hear this whole thing about the China social economy system or whatever that is. I don't know what that is. I still need to learn that. But
Black Mirror.
Basically, it could be anything. The way I see it, it is anything that's going on right now. And it's hard to believe, and that's the thing. It's hard to believe, and I feel like when someone starts bashing someone's character based off certain things because they don't know, or they're kind of like, "Hey, I'm kind of hesitant on this because this is kind of weird." I feel like that can just be a part of an agenda being pushed at the same time. Sometimes, if something's a little bit too aggressive, I'm like, and not thought through, something is off.
You kind of know what's happening. Like you
The
guys hear the
power.
rumor. Sorry, you guys hear the rumor today? I think either a founder or a CEO of Moderna. So basically, he dumped all the stocks, deleted his Twitter account, and just disappeared.
Maybe
he just
maybe.
bounced, man.
I'm hearing the most craziest stuff ever.
Where's some interesting
And that's the
man.
thing about social media. It could be a good thing and a bad thing. Like I realize, like what I noticed on YouTube, on YouTube, I watch people like solve a crime on YouTube using people's social media. Solve a crime. They will talk about,
yes.
How much rappers you'll hear, man, solve crime on the internet, bro?
Mm-hmm.
There's a channel when the lawyer is listening to the song and going, well, based off he said this, they can use this for criminal intent, they could use this for intent and more. He basically confessed to the murder. There's a page
and put in a song.
Mm-hmm.
Which are dumb to do that anyways. Why would you?
But at the same time,
why would you do that?
Sometimes rapping is not real. Like it's not real life.
Says who?
Tommy can be a whole character from Power.
A lot of things ain't real life. But that's the thing. A lot of things ain't real life though, and that's the problem.
Right now,
that's the power of. I don't even know if you call it. Is that all social media? That's power. Like even like what would you say? A lot of these people on Instagram are capping in real life.
Oh yeah,
they wear the freshest coat and Cape red. Their mattress is still on the ground.
A lot of matches on the ground.
You're dusty.
That's called priority and lifestyle.
Your fridge is empty. Your fridge is bare. Bare. Your fridge is bare. You know what I mean?
Why would you need food? That's lifestyle. You buy out.
Cloud can't fill your tummy.
Yo, a lot of these YouTubers, I'm starting to notice, they act like they don't have roommates, but they have roommates. They have a lot of roommates. Some purchase a big house and it looks nicer, but they got about like 9 roommates, 10 roommates.
Well, if you have like a 12-room place, that's a 12-room mansion. Okay, that's cool. That's cool.
No, but they kind of, some of them do it where like, yeah, this is all mine though.
Well, we don't know that lifestyle. We don't know that lifestyle.
It's cool. I know it. I'm aware of the culture of who are doing that. It's actually an investment plan. It's smart, but in the falsehood of actual showing all of this beautiful space when it's really a co-op space. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like I don't know much about it.
But it's clout and fronting. That's what it is.
Clout and fronting.
And that's the thing. People say you gotta fake it to make it, right? You gotta fake it to make it, right? That's the harsh reality.
Social currency thing.
So they say, fake it to make it. I don't
make it.
For me, when you can watch like YouTube videos, even social media pages that will pinpoint the murder, like they're basically doing the cop's job. Even in the comment section, they're doing the cop's job. People are just they're just not showing no face, but they're saying what happened. That's how you hear right now with New York, the New York mayor saying like, "Yo, we're trying to ban drill music right now."
Yeah.
We're trying to ban drill music.
What's that guy's name? Hold on.
I don't know his name.
Is
he's trying to ban New York drill music, and
Eric Adams is his name.
And here's the problem. Here's my take on drill music. Drill music is like as bad as it is. It's a sin.
Is it
Like,
bad?
it's,
Is it bad?
I
Or is it
think
just controversial?
it's very controversial
It's okay, that's a good word to use. Yeah, it's
Mhm.
controversial. Yeah.
because
I mean, like if someone's sharing their experiences due to maybe survival, it's not bad. It's just
but when they're talking about I am smoking on their dead ops and oh I shot this person in the back
well, you know
da, da,
what?
da, 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 and they're dancing, they're getting sturdy,
I
hopping
think
on one foot to Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, the drill remix.
Oh my goodness. Okay, that's
that sounds like some MH right there.
They are drilling, like they are making, and the problem is like they'll get you because you know the song, and you know this song is a good song, and they turn it into a drill song with a whole bag of negativity.
but they but what's his name? What's his name? Jay-Z. He's like, yo, he wants to do
Him
something
and
where
Meek
like
Mill.
where the lyrics don't reflect the artist, and therefore they can't use the lyrics to put someone in jail. So
Because
they
they
say
say it's art.
because they say it's
But
art,
what
it's
if?
an expression of art. Yeah.
But the problem is, what if the guy actually did what he did?
What he said he did in the song?
What if he? And that's the problem. The tongue can
Basically,
speak dead in life.
they basically have to find a way around that, according to Jay-Z's proposal.
I
They
mean,
have to find a way around that. They got to go on the scene. They got to pick up clues, dust, fragments,
Let
footprints.
me tell you something. If that bill passes, it could be a good thing because there's a lot of innocent people that go to jail for their their songs. But
Yeah,
I think you'll have yeah, I killed that. So what?
they can
Say
stay in jail.
something. So what if I did it? Straight OJ books out here. So what if I did it?
If
I think
whoa, allegedly, whoa, wait,
I
clean that up.
think
He said, "If I did it." That's his book
So
title.
what if I did
If
it?
I did it.
It's just getting sturdy.
uh,
It's getting sturdy. Getting sturdy.
I think that's mental health, guys. Let's
Well, of course it is. Of course it is off rip.
If someone yells in the courtroom, "I did it! I'll do it again!" It's just like, yo.
Yeah, okay,
It's like-
that's a problem. See,
Yeah,
and that's
I'm
the
not
thing.
laughing.
I think
I'm
that's
not
what
laughing. I'm not.
You know, there's times I listen to drill songs and I'm like, man, this guy used Wayne Wonder. Yo, this guy used Wayne Wonder, No Letting Go. You know that feeling it already brings to you.
The
And
nostalgia, yeah.
then the beat switches and the man is talking about, yo, da 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 da. You're like, the problem is your mind is confused because you're bumping to the beat, but you're hearing the thing. You're like, wait, hold on.
You're like, yo, what's this guy talking about?
Like the same thing with the other drill track with the Who I Smoke. The Who I Smoke when the man did 1,000 miles. Everybody knows that piano. Well, you know, I walk 1,000 miles and whatever. And then the beat drops and the piano's still in it. So you're happy with the piano, but you're like, holy smoke. These guys talking about they're
saying the nicknames of
naming,
yeah.
and they're pointing into the sky, doing all this nonsense.
But isn't
And
shooting people the American way? I might be going out the galaxy with this one, but
I think that's a fair question, especially
Well,
with the American assessment. I mean, their culture with
the right to bear
culture,
arms,
yeah,
the right to bear arms, I guess.
exactly.
It's
I think that's a fair assessment to ask. You know,
I wonder how they see us. Like, I know we shoot people here too, but like, I wonder how they see us as like, you guys can't carry guns around. So what do you do if someone's mad at you?
right? How do you protect yourself? Words?
I mean, it happens anyway. There's no
It's like, what do you say? We fight. You fight.
Throw your dukes up.
West Coast people seem to fight more. They do say run me my fade.
But
that is a thing.
Run me
no,
my fade.
Run me my fade. Yeah.
Let me ask you guys a question. I know this is a wild question to ask because I think about like
they'll shoot you in the street.
certain weapons, right? I think about like, you know, up
Why
here.
why is
Well,
why is he laughing?
I thought about it in America, like there's a lot of shooting, but in the UK, it's chefing. It
It's
stabs.
ugh.
They stab. They
UK
stab
is
over there. They stabby
Oh.
stabs. Like machete go through body type stabs. Like they go crazy. So now my question is, if you were to have to deal with a certain situation
oh
or altercation, would you deal with someone with a gun or would you deal with someone with a knife?
now knife is a painful death.
Deal with them with
Because
my
if you
lawyer.
get if you
What?
get hit in the head, wait,
Wait, hold on. What did Nancy just said? You deal with them, which one? Not how you would deal with them. Who would you deal with? Who would
Yes,
you
I
think
will
your
deal
chance of
with
survive?
my lawyer. That's what it is. My
No,
lawyer.
no. Okay. You're in an alley and there's two people to fight.
I'll call
Because
The
it's two
guy
Tom.
with
people.
the guy with the let's say who would you prefer fight? The guy with the gun or the guy with the knife?
Neither. I will get into the fetal position and cry. Okay.
Okay, fine.
Getting stabbed repeatedly? Ooh.
I think I would
Oof,
go
getting
after like I'm more worried of the stabber than the knife than the shooter. And I know it sounds weird, but like I feel like there's just that chance that the gun can jam and I can fight that.
Okay, it's not crazy.
Or there's a chance
It's-
that you will miss.
yeah.
I think a stabber is a little bit more intelligent of how they're gonna get you.
I mean, you can run away.
Sure,
Have you
but
watched
like
horror, have you watched like Jason?
I mean,
Texas
a lot of people
Chainsaw?
run from stabbers. Like look at Michael Myers.
What?
He was walking. He was walking the whole time.
You'll be at the door barricading him and he just goes Heshepa! And right through the chest. Just
Right through the door, through everything.
everything. Then you get stabbed, so you're kind of like your adrenaline's up. You're holding your wound. Then you get stabbed again and again. Oh no! Shoot me!
I think
Shoot
yeah.
me!
No, I don't.
Not me.
I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to get stabbed. Still,
Neither obviously. But
I
like, if
don't
had to
think
choose,
I
like,
would want to get. I don't want. I don't want both situations.
But like stabbing.
But stabbing.
See, imagine this. I seen a UK clip where there's. I'm not laughing. Hold on. There's an altercation on the bus. The London whatever what do they call it out there? The London something system.
The trolley. The train.
The trolley, the train.
The motor.
The-
The motor vehicle. The what would they call it? The monorail.
no,
Transit.
no.
Transit.
But the
I said
boss,
transit.
but no.
Oh, yes.
There was two people. So there was two people fighting. One had like a short katana. Listen to me now. They had a short katana. Another person had like a blade this high, and they were literally doing. What year should I go back? They were doing some 1120 King Henry II shit. No, they were doing something where like, I should post a clip. No, seriously, on the bus, I was just yelling. Someone's like sitting like this, so they're recording this way, and then you see the person like holding this, and you hear cling. They were literally clinging. They're like cling. They're trying to hit each other. Cling. They're really like trying to. They were having a sword fight on the bus, but the footage ended before I could see what happened. Like so.
I don't think you need to see what happened.
That's
That's quite traumatizing.
Like,
To be
anyhow,
exact.
you hear clicking anywhere. Like, you turn around, you see two people just breathing
Listen,
heavy
literally.
with
Listen,
some metal thing in their head.
let me tell you something. Any man that pulls out with some type of sharp object, you should fear. I like a gun. You still have a chance to run. You could dodge, bob, weave. I would assume, but
If you
a
think-
man
if you
just
think
whips out a knife. This is a knife, and
Start stabbing people? Oh no.
that will
Shoot me.
cause way more damage. You don't have to reload with a stab. You just have to pull back.
It's all adrenaline at that point. Like you're fighting a person's adrenaline, and their what's it called, dexterity. Oh, you guys don't know about that word,
And,
dexterity.
imagine the person did some psycho stuff like dip it in the what is it, onion or garlic, so when you stab you don't feel it. Like
This is getting
that
very.
is some psycho. They put a silencer on the shank.
I am very.
This guy said a silencer on the shank.
Hurt.
Wow.
That is that like, bruh. A gunshot. I probably can, I'm not gonna say I survived one, but like I wouldn't want both situations, but a stabbing, I think I'd be way more scared.
I remember getting told in grade 9
For
by
my,
someone. I don't know. I don't know where you are in this world. I hope you're listening. But he told me a tale one time where like a dude would have like a dagger or whatever, and then he would put a drug on it. So when he stabbed you and it goes into your bloodstream, you become addicted to the drug. So they'll either put heroin on the knife or they put cocaine on the knife and they'll stab the person. So they end up being druggy and then
like laced, a
They might
laced stab
overdose.
wound,
Yeah.
a laced stab wound.
on some Game of Thrones time.
Now,
some Game of
who do
Thrones
you
time.
like? Who do you hate in this modern day to decide to do that?
To poison daggers. That's only a poison dagger. Like you're like, yo,
Poison dagger. Who do you hate in this time? I don't hate anybody in that type of day.
I mean,
For
we
me,
don't even need to get to that in order for somebody to be getting or killing you these days. So
no, I get that, but like for me, I don't think if I was in a room and someone pulled out the gun, I think I have a better chance fighting the person with the gun based off movies. Just bang bang, just just guns, just fighting. But I feel like even though I had a lot of faith in that, like who is that? Was it the Detroit security guard that teaches you all the gun tricks? Like,
oh
the
gosh, that
touch-
guy.
ah, like you know what I mean? I'd rather have that type of chance.
like that type of training, yeah.
Yo, part of
Someone
me
stepping back
feels
and
like
stab. Like
this is why Canada and some places or some factions of Canada are gun happy, because we haven't lived to understand and respect them properly.
You know what guns they have now? They got guns, pistols with switches on. You ever heard about the switch? The switch on the pistols that
they turn
automatically
it on.
turn the guns to like fully automatic, little pow guns.
Like you can literally hold it and it just empties. Just
Empties.
And you're just like, whoa, okay.
Yeah.
Empty the whole clip.
That's ew.
Like this is the world we're in now. That we just. I remember at one point
Waste money, yeah.
we had in Toronto, I think, well, in Canada, there were some guys, I think they got caught and charged that they were turning airsoft pistols to real guns.
Airsoft.
Like was this airsoft or pellet guns or whatever? They would swap out the stuff, the sliders, all that stuff, and then now it's a pistol.
Yeah, the frame.
But no serial code or nothing. And scratch serial, no, you know what I mean?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess
We're
people in
on
London, I say wear a chainmail. If you can get your hands on a chainmail, wear it before you go out.
What is a chainmail?
You never seen a chainmail? Like, yo, it's like hold on. Let me get the Googles.
When you say chainmail, I'm thinking the stick and the big boulder.
I feel like this is a vest.
No, it really is. It's like
Or is it a vest that locks on the knife? Like it locks.
No, it's like
That's from a kung fu movie I watched back in the day. Actually, I got that all wrong.
But see, the reason why we brought up Britain too, because like I said, it's part of their that sword fighting thing it's part of their culture. You know how many wars they fought? Like they're just
chef it and
we
acid.
Out here in Canada, we do bow and arrows. Okay.
I have not heard anybody get shot with a bow and arrow. Oh no, wrong. I have. I heard someone got like even that.
What a crossbow.
Do you really hate somebody to say, you know what, I'm gonna time it and catch somebody and it goes through them?
Yeah, I think that's more deadly than any other one.
Let me see if I get this set up. Let me see if I can hold on.
No, I'll pass on all that still. I'll pass on all that type of lifestyle. But yeah, for me, I prefer fighting someone with a gun than someone like, can you imagine someone has you in the corner with a knife, flailing? You gotta bob and weave that.
I choose words.
That's deep, but what if they're nuts? What if they're nuts? And just
What
flailing around.
What if they get mad at you? I'm tired of you using vowels.
What?
You know what I mean?
Hold
you would have been dead just by talking.
So this is a chainmail. So unfortunately,
yes, I think that knights wear.
Yo, what the hell?
Shout out to Scott Steiner, who used to wear this for no reason with shades. For no reason, by the way. He would wear that, like, anytime before he would wrestle, he would just wear a chainmail with glasses. I don't know why he would
mean,
do
And
that.
what that stop? Oh, so wait, that stops stab wounds.
Slashes, stab wounds, yeah, because
I
look how
feel
close
like
the chain link is, so it'll be hard to, like,
no, I think that will cause blunt force trauma. So if someone hits you with a machete and hits the chainmail, that's gonna hurt. You're gonna concuss.
it'll still hurt. No doubt, it'll hurt. But it's better
Especially
than
them
getting,
Caribbean people that know how to hit you with the side of the machete.
oh, the
You know,
flat,
it's
oh, the
the
flat part.
Caribbean people that cut coconuts
How
all
did we
day.
get here?
So
How did we get here?
I don't,
Those guys
Let's
that cut
move
coconuts
on
all
from
day
this.
and they
How did
slap
we
you with a machete. They just give you one hot box and they know not to cut you. You just get hit with a
Okay.
flat side.
before we quickly exit out this segment, I don't know how we got here, but shout out to person that'll be unnamed. We were at his house garage one day. I think I told Jamie this before, and everyone's in the garage, and no one was. He's like, "Okay, it's time to go, guys." No one was getting up. This guy got the rusty machete and used the flat part and slapped someone with it lightly, but slap someone with it lightly and said, "Yo, you guys need to go now." And then everyone just left the garage, and that's my tale
of course.
yeah,
Of course.
yeah.
All is that all it takes is a 45-degree turn and you're cutting something or 90 degrees.
We all have to leave the garage. We had to go
See,
home that day.
see, right there. You see, whoever was in that garage when he said, "Okay, guys, let's go," y'all are the problem. He said, "Go." Y'all didn't listen. See, words. He asked nicely. He used his
Do
words.
people really listen when it's a crowd though?
That was a wild day. Oh my god, I'm thinking about a flashback.
Do
That was
people
a
really
wild
listen when it's a crowd? People don't really listen when it's a crowd.
day. When it's a
You know, how many times look at the time you go to a party or club and it's like, all right, guys, get out of here. People lounging around. I said, get out. Nope.
now to get back on track with the convoy. Yes, there's a crowd, but you know they're telling you guys have to go home. Like, but they're not moving. They're just
They
like,
said no.
Someone has to get hit with the flat machete on their buttocks, and then maybe, just maybe, they'll start moving. You're
With
gonna
the
say something?
convoy, people are allowed to peacefully protest.
Listen, I'm gonna say this. Your words can only go so far sometimes. Yeah, you can talk and talk and talk, but when they start hosing you down or slapping right shields in people's chests, there's no type of talking.
Ooh,
You can't talk, you
they hit
can't
you with
yell, you can't crump, you can't like.
This guy said
There's a lot of
crump.
things you
Okay,
can't.
yo,
You never
this
see
guy
that video where mans are crumping in front of the riot shield, man? Them.
But is he touching him though?
He's not pop lock. The man's just pop locking his whole way to the security guard.
Right? Like, what is he though? Like,
that would be hilarious. And you just get licked with a right shield. You just get flattened with a right shield.
the day. But that would be a little bit of mockery, obviously. So
Yeah, but unless let's switch it back. A sad thing happened on Black History Month.
Oh my goodness, one of the many. One of the many sad things.
We'll just try to branch talking to the thing. First, we're gonna say RIP to G98.7.
That's an IRP. Whoa, okay. That's
Because the name they took the G out, which is ridiculous. They should have kept it in remembrance of the owner, but they took it out.
Yeah.
Now.
Oh.
G is in Jai.
No, Gerald Fitzroy, I think his name was the owner of G98.7. Now
okay.
Now
is that even allowed? See, this is what.
Hey, I don't know, but this is one thing I could remember. I don't know if Nerdsy, you probably remember this. Friday nights, Saturday nights, when we would touch road or something like that. When G98, because you remember Flow 93.5. Well, this is all alleged. When Flow 93.5 happened and they switched it, and like Mark and Jam, I don't know how much people got released from Flow 93.5, and they were turning it to like a throwback radio station or something like House or whatever. At one point, Friday night and Saturday night, when you're getting ready to hit the club or go out or whatever, G98 will be banging with us clubs like dance hall, and Flow would be going with a dance hall. And it's like when you switch the radio stations, it was like a legit sound clash. That's what I remember. Like I remember I'll be like, oh no, G98 is bumping vibes right now. And then Flow 93 will be bumping Rupee Tempted to Touch. And I'm like, yo, I'm going G98. And then it's like, yo, Specs is playing over here. And over there, they're playing whoever.
Yeah, I mean, like G98 had always been the Caribbean cultural station. I mean, I grew up with Ja every Saturday night, so it just kind of stayed. But
I'm gonna miss. I remember like every morning was idiot thing that idiot, and
that segment was long gone.
Right.
I don't know when they.
I think they have it at Element now. They have it on they're on Element, but like I don't know. Mark and Jem usually leave when something's up. Like when they left, I said no, but there has to be a reason. You know what I mean? Like I feel like we were raised by Mark and Jem. I know I was raised by Specs. The top 10. I remember like Specs how they bought like. And then going to Luxies and then see Specs spin over there too.
And play.
It's like, but yeah, Flow 93 or whoever runs Flow, whoever it is, has infiltrated G98.7. Now it's Flow 98.7.
Oh, so they bought?
I don't know. I get it bought? I don't know what they did, but it's now Flow 98.7 of Toronto hip hop and R&B. It's sad because the one thing I remembered when Flow 93.5 went back to hip hop and R&B, I just remembered them playing. I think it was around when Post Malone did Rockstar, and I remember they kept playing this over and over, Rockstar, and some other tracks, and I'm like, man, why are they playing? This is Flow, and it's like, yeah, they're bringing it back, and it was good. Shout out Ace West. She was a part of Flow, Ricochet, all those other people. But like, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Surprised. But like, now it's like, now I feel like we're gonna have to find something that will play hip hop, R&B, reggae, dance hall. I liked even Sunday mornings sometimes when they had, or Sunday afternoons, they had the little sessions where people will call in discussions, like legit call in discussions and thing.
But that's because, I mean, if they got bought by Flow, like G98.7 got bought by Flow 93.5, then it has to be a funding thing. Either they weren't bringing enough to have that station keep going. So
yeah, it could be funding, it could be management, it could be, we don't know. It's hard to tell what it is because like we can say like, for example, when Steve Jobs passed away, Apple became different.
You can tell. Yeah.
It became a money thing.
Me and a coworker talked about the other day, like they're not really innovating right now. And they got
when Steve Jobs was alive, Apple was innovated. Yeah. I was this close to getting an iPhone. Until they started.
They got to worry about like Samsung. They got to worry about Google. They got to worry about Redmi. They got to worry about Xiaomi. Those three competitors right now, they're doing stuff. Remember, Samsung has the flip phone. The third generation flip phone right now. The 22 just came out yesterday.
No one's gonna buy those though. I'm gonna buy a flip phone right now.
But what do you mean? People are buying flip phones.
Somebody's buying it.
What?
Someone's gonna buy a smart flip phone.
Yes.
What, to bring back this? Bring back this?
3 people who do.
You can't.
And
it's
like
too hard, though.
It's basically like a book.
That sounds cool.
They get like a little tablet.
Like a nice.
When you open it up, and then it closes, and then it shows you like the little screen and like the numbers, but then they can open it up and watch videos and everything like that. I forget which one does
I'm
it.
not. I think when did it? Yeah, I don't know, but I think was it February the 4th? I think tomorrow, wait, the 14th.
Valentine's Day?
Tomorrow, we're gonna see a difference or hear the changes.
I saw when the change happened, they immediately switched up their playlist. Because I was listening to something Friday, and I'm like, what kind of music? Like, it's popular music, but I'm like, I don't, what
You're gonna
music
hear a
is
whole
this?
heap
Like,
of The Weeknd. That's what I'm saying. You're gonna hear a whole heap of Weeknd. Like I remember Flo would play like Socrates and Kim Davis, Keisha Shante, like Claire. Like they'll play certain thing sometimes, and I like that it was random sometimes. You know what I mean? Like I remember. Do you guys remember when Trinity Chris was a thing? You remember? Y'all don't remember who Trinity Chris is, do you?
Trinity Chris.
Okay.
No.
That's a flow. That's a G. I would say flow 93.5. That's a flow 93.5. I remember the Blue Zone. Man, it's just gonna be different. It's just gonna be different. That's all I'm gonna say. Specs. Oh, sorry, huh?
No, I was gonna say, you saying those things, the reason why a lot of those artists, I feel like the reason why a lot of those artists ended up getting the popularity that they ended up getting was because there were people who actually cheered them on and championed them, you know. And plus we had more hosts, VJ spots, like we actually had like media centers that people actually went, like Much Music, when they had concerts, live concerts, people would line up for that stuff, like, and they were very much in partnership with the radio stations. So
yeah,
for contests, for pop-ups, for how many times could you win like a pair of tickets to get into Much Music to see a intimate live performance?
And Electric Circus times and all that stuff. Yeah, but I mean, I feel like they still have. Well, I think they switched off. I don't think they're doing. I don't know if they do music like that anymore. Do they?
Who?
Much Music.
Not
I know they
long,
do a
though.
lot of like TV shows, like Simpsons,
shows.
South Park, and all that stuff. But I don't think they're into music like they were back anymore. Back in the day. Remember we had Electric Circus, Speakers Corner. Oh, that was Channel 7.
But Electric
at the
Circus was
Sock.
still building. It's still their building though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they actually did more Canadian media and shows. They pitched more.
I think they did music for like they must show videos for like an hour at most, and then everything else is just Friends, The Simpsons, South Park, any show.
I remember Much had like different channels. They had like Punch Munch or whatever. Much where it was like you have to text, then you have to text your song and it'll go up the list. And then they had Much Vibe. They had
Pop-up video was theirs too, right?
No, I think I think Pop-up was much more music. There was Much TV and there was much more something. I think it was like 65 or 64 or 50. No, 35 or 36.
No, not 35. That's CMT.
35 is
35 is CMT and 36 is TLN.
What's Telemundo then?
That's TLN.
That's TLN. Telemundo.
What channel is that?
36.
36. Yeah? Because, okay, 32 Spike, 33 CNN. I think 34 was Telemundo, yo. I think it was. Anyway, we're losing our whole American.
All we know is 29 was Much Music.
Much Music, yeah.
Yeah, because you know, if you had the basic, that was a channel you somewhat got, like. But yeah, it's sad to see these things happen. We need to find more, I guess, Black cultural platforms. I mean,
who's actually the last?
What other Black cultural platforms out there that talk music and I don't know, interview different artists and talk about other things other than music, like I don't know, The Convoy, Knives and Guns. I mean there are other
places that readily do
places.
it. I mean,
Let's
do they
do it
have
once.
funding behind them?
Yeah, do it once a week that people can, fund and help out and support, and
Wink, wink.
Gosh,
just
guys.
Dab, dab.
um I'm just saying. We were doing it for free for a while now. We didn't
Tink,
get.
tink,
I'm joking.
tink.
I
Wait,
mean,
oh,
I
tink,
mean,
tink.
anybody can come here. Anybody can come here and just vent. A
I
lot of
guess
artists just want to vent their feelings out. I'm just, you know.
so.
An
Sick.
artist vent. That's a good idea, actually.
I
As long
mean,
as long as they don't say names to protect themselves in the industry, but they describe like, I guess the personality of an industry they come across that they don't like. That'd be dope. A vent for artists.
You're gonna have to edit that part because we'll use that and before someone takes that from us.
you patent it. It is copyrighted. It is owned. This idea and that has explicitly been expressed publicly has been owned by the Vent podcast. Anyone who uses it will be challenged.
Technically, everybody we interviewed, we did that anyways. So what I just said was redundant. We do that anyways. Never mind.
Right.
Right.
But we're I think we just need to find like, I don't know, a radio station. Well, I don't know where we're going with radio station. I haven't really listened to radio like that. Tell you the truth, I haven't really.
So what is the real upset here? Is the fact that as a collective, the Black community has lost their own predominantly Black run owned radio station?
I believe so. I think that's exactly what it is.
So, okay. And then it's like, what other venues or avenues are available to us?
I think that's where it is. I think we're kind of lost and we need to find venues. But
my question is, what was the reason?
I don't know the reason. I don't know. I don't know the reason. Maybe it's something we'll learn from.
Maybe it's
once
because
we find out what the reason.
Over.
Or we don't know what
What
it is.
was that? Wait, what was that?
What happened?
I said maybe it's because they never passed the torch over.
Well, you can't say that. Yeah, I don't know if you could say that still.
How many Black people do you know who are actually going into radio and broadcasting these days?
These days, that's like
not podcasts, radio and broadcast.
Like the whole thing.
But the thing about it, it's because radio. Well, that is a good question.
Because podcasting, we're out here, yeah, but the whole thing though, like
but I don't. A lot of people don't get into radio like that because it's still kind of filtered. It's still an agenda in radio in a sense.
But it's still one of the bigger umbrella terms of like traditional media that allows for podcasters to exist.
But I feel like it's slowly. I think it's going down, like it's going down to something else. I don't turn on my radio.
Okay.
I have my podcasts. I have my music that I watch and listen to.
Your playlist, yeah.
My shuffles. Spotify has an amazing algorithm.
Mm-hmm.
Even though, yeah, amazing.
You feel like it's losing to modern day streaming?
I feel like radio may be like the next Blockbuster.
They've been sitting there for a minute, but it's still fighting though.
I think they're doing good. Like, put it like this: do you need radio to bust your exclusive track? Not really. You can do that yourself.
It gives you notoriety,
especially if you do it through TikTok.
Yeah,
and everything blows up, man.
Yeah, like so now radio people are like, yo, it's not the artist. It's like what's bumping right now. I'm hearing TikTok tracks on the radio. You think they would have known anything? Like, it's not, they didn't need, like, back in the day, people needed radio to break out, and I don't think that's the case.
But that's what I'm saying. Radio is notoriety. That's what it is. It's the same as like, oh, everyone can make a movie. But until TIFF picks it up and puts you in their actual boxes, you ain't shit. Like until you get into like Universal Music or not Universal Music, but Universal
Well, yeah.
Studios or like all those guys, your movie still is not anything until then, right? So it's like,
I would say yes, but I could say no, because at one point, yes, it was like these big brands and whatever. They like they were the hierarchy, but they had to respect the little Netflix series. They had to respect the web series. You know what I mean? Like if that was the case, I don't think Issa would have got a bus, because you think these guys considered these top things considered, you know, people that worked on YouTube and all that stuff? No, until they had to respect those people. You know what I mean?
yeah, but what made those people get respected?
What they did on
Just
YouTube.
what they did on, yeah, because Isha did the whole
Not what they did up on the top on HBO, what they did on YouTube.
because she did
Yeah.
was it Awkward Black Girl, right? And she
Yeah.
walked through it like she had seasons. She had people acting in it.
Yeah,
And
but when did she actually get the paycheck?
She was getting it off YouTube first. Yeah, she probably got a bigger paycheck than HBO, but they had no choice. Like it was one of those things that when you have your shit in a certain place, they have no choice but to give it to you, or someone else will.
Because I think it was while she was doing that, she was building a fan base, and I guess the fan base was so like, and then I guess they see it as like, okay, you guys are bigging up this person, okay, we want to make money with you, let's make some money together. So you take your fan base off YouTube, pitch your show to us, HBO. Hey, we like that show. Okay, we'll give you a season to see how it goes. Oh, it's really, really good.
Mm-hmm. So
yeah,
that's probably what you say.
Still like notoriety.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'll just say it's a sad thing for G98 to be now Flow 98.7. I hope there is another place that I can find my dad's hall discussions.
If Flow was one of the channels that had the Breakfast Club on it?
Yes, and it didn't work. It only lasted a month. It didn't work.
Then why? Because we just didn't want.
We didn't like it. People didn't like it.
It's
weird. They didn't want Americans.
Yeah, it sounds good. Yeah. Oh my gosh, the best of us coming to Toronto. But like, you got to remember, like, at that time, they had Toronto people doing Toronto things, and they like people couldn't like. Yeah, it's big in the States, but it doesn't mean it's gonna translate here. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Like it was weird listening to that feed. Like
it sounds good. It sounds good. It sounds amazing, but it doesn't mean it translates here. Just like Target.
Because basically,
so what that sounds like to me. It sounds good, but it didn't work here. It means they all don't like nice things.
No, but okay, let me explain two of those. Hold on. So the Breakfast Club thing was anytime Charlemagne and DG Envy would go live in New York, since we're in the same
time zone,
they'll patch it in, and then they'll play their stuff, which is interesting. They'll play more American focused
stuff,
content, right? But I guess it didn't work out, so they're kind of like, oh, okay, let's off that.
But that's what I mean. Like, why did it not work out? Because Canadians didn't want to listen to Americans? Because literally, predominantly, a lot of our media is American. I don't know how to break that to a lot of people.
Radio, no.
But
radio, yeah, maybe TV shows, yes. Radio, no. Radio, they have to play a certain percentage of Canadian music.
Yeah, 50%.
Okay, but yeah, if it's 50%, they only have the morning time slot. They didn't have the whole day.
No, they had to leave the Breakfast Club show. So like
morning to afternoon, and like people weren't about it. I don't think it it's a good show, but it just didn't transpire here. And also, you got to keep in mind the censorships we have here is not the same in the States.
It's a little different.
Plain.
The censorship, you can't cuss like that The Breakfast Club costs. You can't cuss like that out here. Even though it's a syndicated show, you can't cuss like that out here. So imagine someone coming on the listen to the Breakfast Club in Toronto, and then a whole bunch of bad word fly, and they're like, "Oh, my word, this is not what I'm."
Obviously, we know the
It
viewership.
got kind of dark in here. Like, you know what I mean?
Wow. Double entendre.
Not necessarily, but
But the Target
yeah.
thing though was like Target came here, but then they expanded too quickly, and they didn't even bring all the good stuff that they sell in the States. That was 2 problems that killed it, and the prices were
That's the
higher.
reason why.
That's 3 problems. So then they
That's
stayed here.
self-explanatory. Obviously, that one's self-explanatory. You know.
I gotta see that documentary on it. People have been talking about this. It's good.
But at the end of the day, you know, I feel like there is platforms that are out there that support Toronto artists that put like that can be a press run. I don't think, like, I've heard it in clubhouses that Toronto used to have like a press run. Like, you know, if you're trying to get some artists, they would come to Toronto, they'll go to Much Music, or they'll go to certain places and do like their album press run. I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like Toronto needs some more of those, I would assume.
Press runs.
Downtown rent is a little high though. Downtown
They need a
rent's a
lot
little
of
high.
That's what they need.
But I understand what he's saying, that like there's not a black person that runs a network. Like this is my building. These are my workers going at this time. Like
This is what we're doing. These are the stories we're covering. This is our motive. Like, who's trying to do that?
there's only one dude in the States that does. What's his name again? Hold on. It's like there's a dude in the States that does that. I think it's Brian.
Well, I guess we'll find that out. We'll figure it out, I guess. Maybe it's us. Who knows?
What's his
But
name? I'll get it next time.
I was gonna say, I don't think all these large industries that are okay, so the same energy and motive that America does with having predominantly run, owned, or managed by Black persons or persons of African descent, or whatever term we want to use. I don't think that same narrative and agenda is applied here in Canada. One, because we don't really have the population here. So we won't have the same interest to serve it because there's not a lot of people to actually serve. So
hence why we have to go global. So we have to be here but be global, but then be local to relate, but then be global to hit
everything.
Everything, yeah.
And then the other part, I don't think that we actually are trying to meet the expectations that are international.
I've heard Raekwon say, like, because he has his labels here, Ice Water. He said when he, I think James told me this. He said when he was working with Toronto artists, they weren't like
they were not at the level. Yeah,
it wasn't it wasn't like not at the level. It's just
I don't think that they're producing at the standard that
he said it. He said it on the Breakfast Club. I forgot what he said. I think it was not at the level, but he also said some other stuff because, yeah, I'm not gonna get into that on the pod, but yeah.
But this is the vent. You're supposed to be getting at it. What? Now you're holding back.
There's some things you shouldn't vent about. You know what I mean? But
well, how do you make it into a macro situation and not a micro one then?
Huh? What about macaroni?
Wow.
I said, how can you make the situation or the conflict a macro thing? Because he may not be the only person who is dealing with whatever his opinion may be.
Well, that's the thing. Academics had one artist apparently, and he said that person wasn't serious that he signed, and he was from Toronto. But he apparently he said he wasn't serious allegedly. I don't know how.
Wasn't serious.
So was he alluding to anything?
I guess probably wasn't making the tracks, wasn't going the studio times. Yeah, he wasn't like he wasn't working basically.
Not working.
People get on and it's just not work, I guess. They feel like they get on and that is it. Maybe that's what they assume. from Toronto.
See, now that's a
Mm.
problem, and that talks about the culture. No, that does.
Because
I mean,
Socrates didn't have this, Chakler didn't have this, Cardinal didn't
right,
have this.
right.
yeah, there's people that were working.
Like we have people working,
Yeah, but that's the old school guys. And mind you, again, when it comes to those guys, I don't feel like they made camps. Oh gosh, but I don't think they made camps in order to build and continue the legacy going. Like they didn't pull a Drake. Unfortunately, that's the only person I'm gonna have to say.
I can't go with that.
Oh,
I-
but you can
she's saying-
review. You're coming with a rebuttal.
I can't go
So
with
you're
that.
saying
I
because
can't go with
which
that.
camps were made?
Because I think industry wide, you're talking about artist development, and apparently no one does that anymore. Everything's
There's
like,
no artist development, period.
Yeah.
Because
There is artist development. It's there, but I'm
No.
saying that here
I don't think there's artist development.
didn't
There's
happen.
putting money in the artist, but artist development, no.
like how to
Okay,
speak
so
in
then-
interviews.
so then-
how to, yeah.
So then this is the question. What is artist development then?
So before they'll coach you on how to make albums, how to make singles, how to coach you what to say in the interview, what not to say in the interview, how to move at meet and greets. Like a lot of you can tell when it stopped because certain interviews you watch of certain artists, you go like, why is this off? Like it's not translating to me. Like I remember the first interview with Migos at the Breakfast Club. That was the most awkward interview ever. I couldn't even finish it because they would answer questions, one answer. They weren't giving eye contact. They weren't giving the audience. It wasn't given. That's the first time I used that slang. They weren't giving anything. It was just like they had no development, right?
But now they know how to work the
But now-
conversation.
It seemed over time they got more experience but many artists are like that. They're just a lot of anxiety, a lot of it's a lot happening right
Well,
now.
I can definitely say from experience. Now, I don't have American experience, but I can say from Canadian experience, being surrounded by a lot of artists, a lot of these Toronto artists are very prideful.
Lazy.
Oh,
Private.
Jeez.
No, that is true. That is true.
No.
That is true. That is true.
I like I heard two different answers at once. Like,
No, it's true. It's true that they
You-
could be. Some mans think they're the
They are
hottest.
the ish.
The hottest in sliced bread. Hottest. And you can't tell anything to them because they'll shoot you.
Nothing.
But they're hottest. And it's like, but
So-
you know, the best, what is it? The cream rises to the top. Top, like, is that what they say? The top people
cream,
rise
yeah,
to the top.
the cream rises to the top. Yeah.
Or you get paid to go up there, one or the other. But
But
that's
I
neither
do
here or
feel,
there.
I feel like that statement of artist development isn't accurate. And the only reason why I say that is because like I've been to places like Manifesto that had many workshops available to artists. So, and they even had it where it was like you could have one-on-one experiences with some of the producers, all these people, whether they're from the States or here in Toronto or here in Canada altogether. So I just think it's pride. And as James was saying earlier, people get into a position and they think that's it, which is, I think, again,
Okay, so if you say laziness, James, and Z says pride, I'll say passionate. There's a lack of
lack of
passion.
passion.
Yeah. Lack of
Yeah,
passion.
which goes back to not meeting the standard.
Right? Like Tory Lanez is from the new generation, but he has passion, obviously, because
He has passion.
Drake has passion, obviously. Pressa has passion, obviously.
Yeah, how far you ready to go with your music, basically.
Yeah.
I've-
And then on top of it is actually trying to meet the goal of like all the different award shows that are available. I think that's also a part of it, right? Like you want your tracks to be a part of a movie. You want it to be a part of a commercial. You want it to hit international. You want it to be a part of X, Y, and Z. You want, like those things when they're accredited that way, you're like, you have the notoriety because now you're not only in the music arena, but now you've moved into different arenas. Right.
Well, you know what? Any artists that refute or have something to say about this, hey, you're welcome to come here and vent your situation and your takes,
Tell
especially
us
people
everything.
that credit. Right. Tell us everything. Let us know. Vent over here.
I know female rappers would definitely be hitting this one. Ooh!
Oh, there's one that actually might uh get an interview from. I just remembered that. But
Mm-hmm.
hey, yeah, if you want to come here and say how you feel, yo, we're here. Say it all. Air it
Yes,
out.
especially since G98.7 is not available
Yeah,
Which
it's
is
out of commission. I mean, we're over here. We're unfiltered over here. It's not that we don't. We're not. It's an open platform here. It's the
basically,
vent.
yeah.
You mean I mean? There's no wrong answer. I know the
It's just,
society says something else, but hey, we're here to vent, and then we filter and we learn. Okay,
there you go.
that's what the vent is all about. Um,
With that, that might be the
yeah, I think we'll wrap it up right here.
Oh,
Um,
quick shout out to OBJ for winning the Super Bowl ring. The Rams won. Congrats to you, my guy.
yes, you finally got your ring. Congratulations. Even though he got injured, I think he injured himself. I was watching it and he got injured.
Oh, okay.
But I'm glad he got a ring. So at least when he's healing, he has a ring to, you
To,
know,
you know,
worry about, So
the
that is great.
the contract's
Uh,
going up.
Probably. We'll see how it goes. I don't know how the NFL works. But
Hmm.
you guys have anything to plug?
Definitely follow me on Instagram, the Nerd Z, my personal profile. As well, follow my business page, my photography page. Triple Z, so zzz.studio, TOSTUDIOTO on Instagram as well. And book with me. Some of you guys you've seen my Valentine's shoots that were happening over the past week or past 3 days. Amazing. I am so in love with some of the love that I met.
I seen those on the IG. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Those
seeing
are
the
good.
beer hearts and sitting there.
So
Okay,
good.
okay. Delpesh, how about you?
Amen. It's a Del Nigiro thing. DELNIJIRO.
I figured out what song it was. Mhm.
What was the song?
It was either Fabulous or it was Diddy. Is it the same song?
That's a good one.
Yes.
That is a good one.
FOBOLOUS.
Yes.
Okay, I see what you say.
The
Okay.
Fabulous
Okay.
one or the Diddy.
Okay.
I see what you say.
Yeah.
He took that from there's a quick hip hop thing. He got that from RZA because Bobby Digital said it first and then Diddy said it after. That's another topic for another day.
Mhm.
But shout out to Earl Sweatshirt, but I'm not him. AKA I bring the crowd with me. AKA Corners. I'm not gonna yell now because people are in the house. But yeah, yo, support your boy. I shouldn't call myself a boy because that's not in Black History Month. No, not ever. My dude, man, support me on IG, Twitter, DELNIJIRO. Um, yeah, and I'm surprised a lot of you guys don't know how much Disney owns things. I was getting a lot of feedback on that. People were very shocked. Like, yo, Disney owns? Yeah, they do. So I'll be dropping information.
Mm. You can follow me at J Hunterville. Follow me at twitch.com/do pistols. I'm thinking I might get that game called Sifu. It's that kung fu game I've seen. It looks
Sifu.
pretty good. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Shout out Busy Boys, call the pod out. Um, yeah, just continue to create, and I will announce things later on in life. We're gonna do way more things. You have any questions or concerns, send it to Asavia on gmail.com. The Vent Pod on Instagram. We're on Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, all that stuff. Hey, soon time. You see this Zoom thing that we're doing right now? Soon time. If the world opens up, we will not be doing like this, eh? We'll have a place. We'll get back to our top quality cameras and thing. We have to eventually. and then things will change. So don't, yeah, you think we're falling off? No. We're following the mandates and all this stuff. But when we get back, yeah,
Back in
we
black.
had a lot of
as,
ups and downs, but we still here. We gonna get back up. That's all we gonna say. I think that's all I have to say here. This is the vent, and we out. Peace.
Peace.